And now, welcome to Sunday Nights with Odi Fitzgerald. Live conversation and lively debate about what's trending in the Carolinas. This is Sunday Nights with Odi Fitzgerald on News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. Now here's Odi.
Well, hello there, and you are very welcome. Sunday Nights with Odi. Seems to be a week for pardons. Yeah, remember last week on the show I was telling you that Sleepy Joe, my buddy Sleepy Joe, he was going to pardon a couple of turkeys. Yeah, well, he pardoned a couple of turkeys, but he also pardoned something else. I can reveal that Joe has done exactly what Joe is always going to do. Joe, in his wisdom, in his infinite wisdom, has pardoned his son, Hunter Biden, tonight. You cannot make this up. You cannot. How long has he got on saying, no, Hunter's never done anything wrong, and Hunter's a good boy. Hunter gets me ice cream, and Hunter leaves little packets of powder all around the place, and it really lightens up the area. Well, now he's come out and he said, and I believe in the justice system, but I have wrestled with this. I also believe in raw politics has infracted this process. It has led to a miscarriage of justice. And once I made this decision this weekend, I'm just laughing, just reading what he's saying, reading what he's putting out. Once I have made this decision this weekend, there was no sense in delaying it any further, because if I delay it any further, then I won't be president and I won't be able to pardon Hunter from the stuff that he did. He goes on to say that, I hope Americans will understand why a father and a president, and am I a president? Am I the president? Okay. Would come to this decision. That's what Biden said in a statement minutes ago. Only minutes ago. As you know, Hunter Biden was scheduled to be sentenced on December the 12th for a conviction of federal gun charges. He is also set to be sentenced on December 16th for a separate criminal case in which he pleaded guilty to federal tax evasion charges in the summer. So just let that sink in for a second. Sleepy Joe, he's always been of the mindset that Hunter done nothing wrong. Hunter's a good boy. Remember that. Hunter's a good boy. And now he's gone. He may as well just say, this is what he should have said. Right? This is what he should have come out with. He should have said, well, Hunter was being a little bit of, a bad person. I wish I could say the word, but I'm not allowed. Hunter was being a little bit of an idiot, a donkey, an Amadon. That's the Irish for idiot. There's a little word for you now. You can put it into your idiom, use it in your daily speak. An Amadon. It's the Irish equivalent of an idiot. And Hunter was being an Amadon. Gun charges. Do you think if you had a gun charge against you, if you want to get in contact with me, because I know you do, I know you want to have your voice heard, you can get me on the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 71307. And as always, the WORD talk line is wide open. You can give me a call. Give me a call coming into the ad breaks. I'll be able to take a call from you. 800-905-0989. Now, as I said, Hunter Biden was convicted of gun crimes. Okay, so he allegedly, no, he didn't allegedly, he did 100%. He had a gun that he shouldn't have had. He's not allowed to have guns, and he had a gun. Straightforward. There you go. Close the case. Shut the book. Done and dusted. You're going to jail. You're going to prison. He also had tax evasion charges. If you don't pay your taxes, okay, if I don't pay my taxes, if Odie decides, I'm not going to pay my taxes, well, you know what's going to happen? The IRS are going to come along to me and they're going to say, well, now you need to pay your taxes. And look, I don't think I'll bother. I don't really want to. And they're going to come along and then it's going to go to court and then there's going to be charges and there's going to be federal charges against me. And then all of a sudden, I'm sorry to say, but your Sunday night radio presenter, Odi, will be presenting live from inside the state penitentiary. Because if you do something naughty, well, then you have to go into the prison, into the jail system. Not if your dad is the president of the United States. Now, he's not going to be there for much longer. I'm just going to read over his statement again. He said, once I made this decision this weekend, so you really expect us to believe that you made this decision only this weekend? I called BS on that one, Joe. He said, once I made the decision, there was no sense in delaying it any further. You know why there's no sense in delaying it any further? Is it because if you did delay it any further, then first of all, Hunter is going to go to prison, and it's probably a lot easier to stop someone going into prison than it is to get somebody out of prison. Just think about that one for a second. If he delayed it any further, well, then he wouldn't be the president, and the Donald would come down upon Hunter like a wrath. He would not let Hunter off on anything. And why should he? What would be the plan if Donald was to let Hunter Biden off? Because no. If you do something that you shouldn't have done, sorry, I'm just watching a video of Joe. There's a video on my screen here now of Joe Biden walking into the White House. Okay, it was taken earlier on today. That man represents this country. Seriously, he's like a toddler walking around the place. I don't want to speak ill of people, but the man should not. He's old. He's too old to do the job. He should have retired a long, long time ago. Let's go to the stream. Oh yeah, I'm on the stream as well. If you want to get me on there, you can comment. It's on the WRD Facebook page. You can get it there. And it's on my own Facebook page, Odi Fitzgerald, and you can make any comment you want on the stream there as well. On the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line, which is 71307. Odi, I seem to recall, is it Bright? No, I think you want to say Biden, stating that he would not. Yeah, Odi, I seem to recall that Biden stating that he would not pardon his son. Another day, another lie from a man who's better suited to be used car salesman. Odi, did he not forget he was assured that he wouldn't pardon his criminal son? I never believed that anyway. There you have it, in a nutshell. Sleepy Joe, listen to your Americans. They are, after sending messages in, this is what, nobody believes anything that you've said to us. Absolutely everything that you have said to us is a lie. There's no truth in anything that you have said over the last 4 years, especially the last 4 years, not to mention in the years before that when you were vice president. There has been so many comedians. I remember, I think I've talked about this before. I remember watching Robin Williams. Remember Robin Williams? Yeah, passed away. And he was, when I was living back in, this was 20 years ago, he was talking about rambling Joe Biden. He was talking about, he was a rambling man. He's not with it. He's 100% not with it. But there you go. There you have it. Not only did Joe lie to us for the last 4 years, and then Calamity started lying to us as well, he's just going to put the nail on the coffin. I don't think this is the last one. I seriously don't think this is the last one. He's going to be president for another. We're literally starting December. It is the 1st of December today. And he's got the rest of December. And then he's right up. Is it the 20th? I believe it's the 20th of January that the Donald takes his rightful place. What else is he going to do? Seriously, what else is he going to do? I don't know. When I come back, I will be talking and taking all of your thoughts on our president. He won't be there for much longer, so don't worry about that. And on the rest of the show, I'm going to be talking about HOAs and HOAs. Sorry, I'm going to be talking about online shoppings and possibly a way for you to get on the radio. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, you are listening to Night Times with Odi Fitzgerald here on News Talk 98.9 WORD. This is the voice of the Carolinas.
Your Sunday night destination for live discussion. This is Sunday Nights with Odi Fitzgerald.
On News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas.
The Mike Gallagher Show. He's your happy conservative warrior.
It's not melodramatic to say that Kamala and Joe Biden's open border policies have led to the deaths of numerous American citizens, and they have blood on their hands.
Breaking news and what to make of it. Don't miss the next Mike Gallagher Show.
Weekdays at 10, right after Tara on News Talk 90.
Who we got on the stream? You can give me a like and a follow and a thumbs up if you want. Sorry, guys, it's a busy one tonight. The fact that we have the breaking news, if you haven't been there, that Joe Biden has pardoned Hunter Biden. So apparently, you can get away with anything you want as long as your dad is president. I wonder will Donald adopt me and I just go on a rampage? No. It's crazy. It is crazy. Gatorade. Gatorade. I like water too. I do like water too. So the breaking news this hour is that Hunter Biden is now completely and utterly pardoned from all of his wrongdoings. Yeah, Joe Biden has said in a statement that he cannot let it go any longer, and the time he's pontificated upon this decision to pardon his son Hunter Biden from, remember, gun charges and tax charges, effective immediately. They say that the pardon is expected to cover both of his gun charges and a conviction of his guilty plea. So here we are. Hunter has already said, "Oh yes, I'm guilty." He has held his hand up and he said, "Look, sorry lads, throw the book at me." And he is, I don't want to say claimed responsibilities for his actions, but he pretty much has. And then Joe went on to say, "Well, I'm going to I let you get away with it." So what does that mean? Does that mean that if he murdered somebody, I'm just speculating here on something now. If there had been a crime, a serious, like, no, hold on a second. Gun crime is a serious crime, and tax crime, tax evasion, that's a serious crime too. But if he had taken someone's life, would that have been swept under the carpets as well? This coming from a man, Joe Biden has said countless times that he will never, ever intrude upon the course of true justice. And then he goes on ahead and, yeah. He went on to say that no reasonable person who looks at the facts of Hunter's case can reach any conclusion other than that Hunter was singled out because he is my son. And that was wrong. There has been no effort to break Hunter, who has been 5.5 years sober. Really? Has he, though? Really? Was it not last February that they found a suspicious white powder in the White House? Oh no, but remember, it wasn't it wasn't Hunter's white powder. It wasn't it wasn't on his laptop. It wasn't suspicious. It was in a high populated area where visitors could sometimes go. Now just remember, just remember for 1 second, okay? If you want to go to the White House. Now I have never gone to the White House, never been there. I drove past it once or twice, but I've never actually been to the White House. And I believe that you can take tours of the White House because I believe it is a fantastic building. It is on my to-do list and I will do it at some stage. Maybe when Donald is in, because, Washington might be a nicer place to go when the Donald is there. Might even meet him, give him a handshake, well, he's got Irish roots as well. So, well, he probably does. Everybody does. Remember that the white powder was found in a highly populous area. If you go to the White House, are you going to get true security with white powder? Do you honestly think that you're going to be able to walk into the White House with some white powder and then just strategically leave it somewhere in the White House for it to be found by one of the members of staff? Let me think. No, that sounds like somebody that was using the white powder and maybe forgot to bring it away with them. So yes, the thing that you've said to us that Hunter has been sober for 5.5 years. You know what I think that is, Joe? I think that's a lie too. Even in the face of unrevealing attacks, somebody else wrote this for him because these words are way too big for him. The selective persecution. There's no way he came up with that. I'm trying to break Hunter. They've tried to break me. And there is no reason to believe that they will stop here. Enough is enough. Listen, I get it, all right? You are going to stick up for your kids. You are going to stick up for your kids. You're out there and you're listening to the rantings of a crazy Irishman now, and you're saying, no, he's right, but yeah, maybe I would stick up for my kids. And I have no, like, my little boy, 4 years old, I would turn the world upside down, inside out for him. But if he done something like that, if he was on gun charges, or if he was, if he had drug charges, or if he had drug charges, I'd try and get him clean as best I could. But if he done something that warranted him getting sentenced and go to jail. Remember, Hunter was going to be sentenced, where have we got it here, on the 12th of December, which is, we're on the 1st. So next Thursday, not this Thursday, not this coming Thursday, which is the 5th, on the 12th, he was about to be sentenced. He was about to be sentenced for the gun charges. And on the 16th, it was a separate criminal case where he pleaded guilty to federal tax evasions. That was going to be the 16th. So on the 12th, he was going to go to jail. And then on the 16th, he was going to go to jail again. But Sleepy Joe decided, no, I don't think I want to, Hunter's a good boy and I want to let him off. And I'm going to, will you stop? Will you get off? Seriously. What are you, as I said, a parent is going to stick up for their kid. But the only reason he done this now is because this was last chance saloon. 100% last chance saloon. And I would say, now correct me if I'm wrong, text line 71307. Correct me if I'm wrong, but somebody had to remind Joe that Hunter was about to be sentenced. Because I don't believe for 1 minute, I really don't believe for 1 minute that he remembered. I seriously don't. But it just goes to show you, and I've said it already tonight, he has lied about everything. Everything that Joe Biden has said to us in the last 4 years has been a lie. He talked about, first of all, he was going to reduce immigration, illegal immigration. That didn't happen. I mean, I was talking about it a couple of weeks ago. There is millions of illegal immigrants here in the United States. So he didn't do anything with that. He then said that he was, I'm not giving anybody any money. I'm not giving illegal immigrants. And yes, you are right. The whole immigration thing is a bugbear of mine. It is a bugbear of mine because I did it the right way. And there's so many people who are doing it the wrong way. And he said he's not giving any money to illegal immigrants. No. He's never going to do that. But yes, they're getting thousands of dollars and they're getting free travel around the continental United States. Everything he has said and done has been a lie so far. And all I can say is, thank God he is finished up. And the tyranny is about to be over. And all I could say as well is that Kamala Harris is not. You just got to thank your lucky stars that Kamala is not going to be president. Because even though she said, remember all her sayings? Remember, it's time to turn a new leaf. Let's turn the page. Let's turn the page. Remember she was talking about that? She wasn't going to turn the page. It was going to be exactly the same. Everything was going to be exactly the same. And then you look at the Donald. The Donald has said what he is going to do. And he has already started with a lot of stuff he's going to do. He has already talked to Vladimir Putin. He has already talked to Vladimir Zelensky. He has already made contact with the powers that be over in Egypt. He has already said that he's going to continue with the wall. The wall shall be built. And for all his, flamboyance and out there-ness, and I believe him. I believe what he's going to say to me. Like if Donald was to say to me, Odie, it's dark outside. Yeah, not going to check. Not 100%. Odie, it's going to freeze tonight. Yeah, I'm not going to check because it will. It's going to freeze. If Joe Biden was to say to me that it is Sunday and you're live on air, I'd have to double check. I wouldn't believe him. Seriously wouldn't believe him. But anyway, yeah, look it. He's nearly gone now. You're listening to News Talk 98.9 WRD. This is the voice of the Carolinas. So, breaking news this Sunday night. Hunter Biden has been pardoned by Sleepy Joe. And not only has he been pardoned with the two convictions that he already has, this news is just after coming in. It says that the pardon applies from offenses against the U.S. that Hunter Biden, now, this is in inverted commas, has committed or may have committed, close inverted commas, from the 1st of January 2014 right up until the 1st of December 2024. So that means that Hunter is pretty much just after being given a get out of jail free card. Let me know your thoughts on this. I really want to hear what you have to say about this. The fact that, first of all, Joe has lied to all of us, every single one of us. You can get me on the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 71307 or in the WORD talk line 800 905 0989. I was told to say that slowly because I talk a little bit faster. Yeah, Odi, did he forget that he assured the department? Yes, he said he would never, ever pardon. A statement from the White House says, today I signed off a pardon for my son, Hunter Biden, who Joe wrote in a statement. From the day, here we go. All right, knuckle down. Here we go. Are you ready? Open up the ear holes for this one. From the day I took office, I said that I would not interfere with the Justice Department's decision making, and I would keep my word, even as I have watched I keep my word, and I would keep just let those words resonate. This is what Joe Biden said, that I would keep my word, even as I have watched my son being unfairly prosecuted. Okay, just let that one in for a second. So not only has he given him you done wrong, you shouldn't be doing that, but yeah, for the last 10 years, everything. So does that mean, okay, that if Hunter Biden did something that we don't know about yet, and the likelihood of this happening is pretty strong, if Hunter Biden did something that we don't know about yet, that he's already pardoned from it? Because Sleepy Joe earlier on said that he's going to pardon him. Remember this. He said the pardon applies from the offenses against the United States that Hunter Biden has committed or may have committed from the 1st of January 2014 right up until the 1st of December 2024. So you've got a few hours, Hunter, if you're listening. And, Hunter, if you're listening, give me a call. I'd love to take a chat from you. But if you're listening, you got about 7 or 8 hours. Well, depending on where you are. I mean, if you're over in California, you got a good few hours left. You can go on, and if you want to commit a few atrocities, well, you're safe. You're not going to be persecuted because Daddy bailed you out. Let's go to the text line, Hody. Obviously, you've heard Biden pardoning. Yes. Isn't this effective? Biden promoting himself because of other things? Yes, it is. Yes. He is promoting himself again. Oh, I'm a good guy, really. I'm a good guy. Anyway, yeah. I'm going to move on because I'm ticked off. I'm annoyed. I'm angry. But I don't know. I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be because I expected something like this to happen. I really did. And I know you did. I know you expected Joe Biden to do something stupid. Remember the word we used earlier on? The Irish word we used early on? Amadon? Yeah. Amadon is the Irish word for idiot, but it just hits a little bit harder. It's not a bold word. It's not a nasty word. It's not a cuss word. It's not. It just hits a little bit. If someone calls you an Amadon, then you are one. And Joe Biden, sorry, buddy, you're a bit of an Amadon. Hunter as well. Anyway. Let's go up to our friends in Canada. Well, a Canadian town in Ontario is facing a $10,000 fine for refusing to participate in Pride Month and to fly the LGBTQ2 plus I think they just add letters to that for the fun of it. Rainbow flag outside the municipal building. The town of Emo, that's a fitting name, with a population of about 1,300, was found to have violated the Ontario Human Rights Code by the Human Rights Tribunal of Ontario. The town has been ordered to complete a mandatory human rights training, and the decision stemmed from the 2020 incident where the town rejected a request declared in June as Pride Month to fly the, I'm going to get this right, the LGBTQ2 plus, I think there's about 5 or 6 pluses, I'm not sure, rainbow flag. The mayor's remark during the council meeting were deemed as discriminatory by a tribunal. Now listen, I have said it many, many times before. I do not care. Not even slightly. If you want to do anything with your life that you want to do it. If you're a dude that likes other dudes, go at it. Fill your boots. Whatever you want to do. As long as you do it in the confines of your own home, that's fine. If you're a girl that likes other girls, if you want to have bits of your body removed, certain members of your body you don't want there anymore, go for it. It's your own body. I have tattoos. I've got tattoos on my body, and my dad wasn't too happy when I got them. He's like, they're a bit weird. And I was like, yeah, but it's my body. So I got tattoos. So I can't discriminate from people from changing their bodies a little bit. Can't discriminate. And I won't. As I said, if you want to get bits of your body removed, go for it. It's going to hurt. You might miss it. If you want to get bits put onto your body, do it. Live your life the way you want to live your life. But if I decided that I want to wear plaid for the rest of my life, okay? So I'm going to walk out on the street and I'm going to say, well, I'm going to be wearing a lumberjack shirt for the rest of my days. I'm currently wearing a lumberjack shirt, and you can check it out on the stream. It's a lovely black and white one. But if I said, well, because I'm going to wear a lumberjack shirt, I think you need to start wearing them too. Yes, I think the entire population of Greenville, South Carolina needs to start wearing lumberjack shirts, plaid shirts or check shirts, whatever you want to call them, flannel shirts. I think then first of all, you need to respect me because I'm wearing a flannel shirt, and you should wear one too. No. That doesn't happen. Why would you want to do that? Why would you want to push your beliefs onto somebody else? Why would you want to make them? First of all, you're going to make them angry. If you try to push your beliefs onto me, then you're not going to talk to me in a civil manner. You're not, because you're going to be arguing with me, and you're going to be giving out, you're going to be shouting, you're going to be pushing your beliefs upon me. If you want to be gay, be gay. If you want to be lesbian, be lesbian. If you want to be a transsexual, be a transsexual. If you're bisexual, go for it. Do what you want to do, but do not push it upon us. I'm straight. I'm a heterosexual male. All right? I have a beautiful wife. I don't tell people what we do in the confines of our own house. We hold hands in public. We don't, no big public displays of affection. We just don't do it. I'm not into that. I'm not going to rub in someone's face that, oh, by the way, I'm straight. I'm straight. Hello, yeah. Look at me. Pay attention to me. I'm a straight person. No. And there is a lot of gay people. A lot of gay people in my family, in my extended family back in Ireland. And they don't go around the place. Look, I'm here. Hello, I'm here. I'm gay. Respect my gayness. No. And the fact that you're putting a fine down on an entire town, that's 1,300 people living in a town that now have to pay a $10,000 fine because they didn't really want to do the whole gay pride thing. You can see it if you go on to LinkedIn Okay, if you go onto LinkedIn and you will see that loads of different companies change their logo to a great gay pride logo in June. And then in July, they get rid of it. It's gone. They don't have the gay pride logo there anymore. You know, is it just because they're doing it because they have to do it? Again, I will say this and I will say this 1,000 times. No problem with whatever you want to do. Whatever you believe is the right thing for you to do it. 100% do it. I if I can help you do it, I'll help you do it. You know, you come to me and you say, you know, you could be a dude. Oh, Odie, I'm looking for a boyfriend. Well, you know, I don't really know an awful lot of gay people here, but I can help you out if I can. You know, I'm not going to stop anybody from doing it, but don't push it upon me. Please don't push it upon me. When I come back, I'm going to be chatting about the money that we spent here in the United States in one day. What? One day. It's kind of scary. You're listening to News Talk 98.9 WORD. This is the voice of the Carolinas. What we got? Hey, Dave, buddy, how are you? Biggest crime family in modern history continues to get away with more. Yes, they do. Canada is very close to having a Trump-like movement. A lot of citizens are sick, and yes, they are. Yes, they are. Dave, I'm glad you're bipolar. Mine are good. I'm good. I need a haircut. That's what I do need. I'm quite thirsty tonight for some reason. I don't know why. I've been drinking a lot of water today. Just today. If it was constantly, I'd be worried and I'd get it checked up. But just today. Dave, do you work? Used to work with cars? Unfortunately, the person who had the car before me used to smoke in the car. It's disgusting. But have you got any surefire ways? I've been using Febreze. I've sprayed the seats with Febreze a couple of times now, and it's helping. But if you have any surefire ways, let me know. Text. You can direct message him if you want. Other show was good yesterday. The Pulse was good last night. Full crew in last night, so we go to get next week. I wasn't there. I was there last night. I wasn't there the previous week. I wasn't around, but you know that already. You were listening on Sunday. Oh, it's not through. Sorry, I'm just reading all of these updates on Joe. So in the next segment, I'm going to be talking about how much money we spent online uh, this week, just this week. It's a crazy amount. You won't believe it when I tell you, but there's a lot of people and there's a lot of people doing it. So shout out to Kid Flaccid. Excuse me. So, as you know, Black Friday was day before yesterday. Yeah, Friday because today's Sunday. How much do you think that we as a nation spent online shopping in one day? So, Black Friday, it's over its period of a 24 hours. Black Friday is on Friday, the first Friday after Thanksgiving, every single year, where there's a lot of discounts, supposedly a lot of discounts. Some discounts are there, some are not. We spent, as a collective, as a nation, just in online shopping, we spend $6.2 billion. Just let that number sink in for a second. $6.2 billion. I want to know. Give me a call or give me a text on the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 71307. Did you buy anything online for Black Friday? Now, as you know, tomorrow is Cyber Monday, and Cyber Monday is going to be just as bad as Black Friday was. I won't say bad. There is deals to be had. But just remember, just think about this for a second. I'm going to talk about online shopping for a second because as convenient as it is, and yes, it is convenient because I'm going to hold my hand up. I have partaken in online shopping. Hand is held up. I've done it. I have a set of lights coming for the outdoor. My outdoor lighting is coming tomorrow, hopefully. And yeah, I bought it on the Black Friday sale. It was cheaper. It was cheaper. But do you do all of your shopping? Do you do all of your gift shopping online? You can 100%. You can let me know. I'm not going to say anything bad about it because I've done it. But what I want to know is, do you shop local anymore? Do you shop local? Do you go down to your little mom and pop store? When I buy fishing tackle, everybody knows I fish quite a bit. I hunt quite a bit. And when I buy fishing tackle, I go to the big stores. I have gone to the big stores. Sometimes the smaller stores don't have what I'm looking for. But yes, did you know that if you go to a smaller store, you can actually ask them to get something in for you? If there's something that they don't have, and if you're not in a major hurry for it, they can get it in for you. It's going to be a little bit more expensive. It is. But just remember, if you stay shopping online, a lot of us do it, then, the local stores, they're going to disappear. They are definitely going to disappear. Because the mom and pop stores, they can't compete with online places. It's the same with food venues. Like if you go to a restaurant, if you want to go to a restaurant for food, yes, there is the big chains. You've got McDonald's and you've got Burger King and Wendy's and you've got Texas Roadhouse and you've got I can't come to my head at the minute. There's loads of other Cracker Barrel. Go to Cracker Barrel. Lots of places. But do you ever go to the smaller places, the place that's been owned by a family for the last 40 years and do really good food? Maybe a little bit more expensive, but would you pay for better food? Would you pay for better service? Would you pay for better quality? I was in my local hardware store recently, Ace Hardware. I know Ace is a chain, but it's owned by a family. Is White Jones walked in there, and I wanted to get some straw for my dog because it's getting pretty cold out. I wanted to set up a bedding for my dog. He's always got loads of bedding. He's always got loads of straw and wood chippings or wood shavings, and he's got a lovely little house out the back of the house, in the backyard. And yeah, before you say it to me, I've tried to have him indoors. He's always been an outdoor dog. When I had my two dogs, I had Duke and Finn. Only Finn is left now. Duke is gone. The two of them, I'd keep them inside. They'd stay inside for about 20 minutes, and then they'd be like, sorry, Odi, can we go outside again now, please? And they love it outside because they're chasing squirrels and they're having fun and they're all having. But yeah, so I decided to buy some straw and went to my local, picked up 2 bales of straw, a little bit more expensive than I would have paid in Lowe's or in Home Depot. But, it was close to me. It was there. So I did it. I picked it up and look it. I'm not advocating. I'm not saying, oh, you have to buy local. Oh, that's all you can do is buy local. No, no, no. Go out and go out to your local places. Go to eat in your local stores. I mean, you're saying to me, what are the pros and cons? Well, an economical boost. Remember, the money you spend in a local store stays local, more than likely. It contributes to sustainability of local economy. It's keeping the money circulating within the community. It creates jobs. Now, I know there's a lot of jobs out there, but this really does create jobs. If you keep everything local, it creates jobs. It's a personalized service as well. There's a couple of places, a couple of smaller places. I walk into the store. There's as I said, the fishing tackle store. I walk into it, walk in the door. Oh, hey, Odi. Hey, how are you doing, buddy? Are you good? Joe or Mike or Paul, whoever's there. It's like, what's fishing today? It's local knowledge as well. Like, you walk into a local place and you can ask for local knowledge. You have a chat with them, and what baits are working today? What's working out for you? On the stream, it says I only shop local for pew pews. Well, local gun stores are local gun stores. They definitely are. Another person on the stream says, for going out, we usually eat local. There are a lot of great local eateries. Yes, there are. There are a huge amount of local eateries. But as I was talking about on the show previously, that could be dying out. It could be, there's a lot of local places are closing down. On the Common Sense Retirement Planning text line, 71307, Odie, I shop a lot online because I can't get many American-made products in stores. I prefer local food places like Doolittle's and Anderson. There you go. No Black Friday for me. However, I do shop online for my 50% of purchases, and it's most fair enough. Yeah, but you're doing it half and half. Odie, I prefer to purchase locally because it helps the local community. Also, you can return things easily. And secondly, I would purchase online if it's at a place I can return, like JCPenney's or Belk or Amazon, that would let me do it. Yes, there is a lot of places that, yeah, I can see where you're coming from on that. I really can. I can see where you're coming from on that. But yeah, I prefer to do a little bit of local shopping myself. And I will say it. I definitely have bought stuff online. But try my best. I try my best. Christmas shopping is coming up. Christmas shopping is going to be a big one. Are you going to spend everything online, or are you going to go out and go into the small stores that have, they might have quirky little things. They might have small little gifts, and you could find a lot of stuff in your local store, stuff that you wouldn't find in the big stores. I'll leave that one with you. You were listening to Sunday Nights with me, Odi Fitzgerald, only here on Newstalk 98.9 WRD. It is the voice of the Carolinas. I had it out first. Sunday Nights with Odi. How are you? Hey, Pete. What do you want to talk about, buddy? Oh, yeah, okay. All right. Hang on the line, buddy. All right. I probably should mute this when I'm on the phone, but you didn't hear anything that you weren't supposed to hear. So it's all good. Oh, Hunter, you're such an Amadon. And Joe is not much better. Like that. That was my song. That's my Hunter Biden song. Oh, Hunter, what did you do? Or should I say, what did you not do? That's going to be a number one hit. Yeah. That is going to be a number one hit. Oh, Sleepy Joe, what did you do? You done nothing, but you lied to everybody. That's a number one right there. That's a number one right there. Slightly tired tonight. I normally get like about 30 minutes of a nap on a Sunday evening, but I didn't because I was busy all day today. I normally get about 30 minutes of a nap before I come down here. Didn't happen today. Yes, everything. Everything. I will talk about that in a second. I have someone on the line as well. Yeah, everything. Everything. Get out of jail free card. There you go. Got it. Done. Yeah, David, I want to say the same thing, but I can't because the FCC will shoot me. I'd like it to snow down here. I'm just listening on the news that there's a snow warning in North New York. I like snow. I like skiing. I like to ski. I like to ski. Oh, I'm just looking there. There's a show. Ah, Irish Mafia. No, no, no. You come here and you expect me to believe that I get away with a crime? No, no, no. Dave, you've given me an idea. If you're near a radio, tune in because I'm going to play something and I can't play it on the stream. But yeah, if you're near a radio, if anybody on the stream, if you're near a radio right now, tune in. Yeah, I can't play it on the stream. So if you're near radio, just tune into 98.9 or you can go onto the app, the Odyssey app.
98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. Now here's Odi.
Top story tonight. Hunter Biden has been pardoned. Yeah. Hunter Biden has been pardoned by Daddy. Daddy Dearest has pardoned him. And we had a couple of messages on the stream. And they were like, Odi, you need to be careful now. You know, the BCF could be out. They could be putting a hit out in you. Like, you know, just imagine. Hey, that Irish guy down in South Carolina. He's been talking bad about my boy. He's been saying my boy has been doing stuff that he shouldn't ought to be doing, and I gotta pardon him. I gotta pardon my boy. You gotta take care of those guys down in South Carolina. That Odie guy. You know, he's been saying that I've been lying. I ain't been lying. I don't lie. That's not what I do. No. Yeah. The Biden crime family. But no, I had a message sent in to me. Give me 1 second now. Let me just look in here. Okay, so a texter on the stream. Remember, I am live on the stream. You can get me on there. It is no, I tell you what, I go to the phones before I do that. Pete in Anderson. Pete, how are you doing, buddy?
Doing fine, Odie. Thanks for taking my call.
No problem, bud. No problem.
Think Dr. Jill got to him. You know, you've got to pardon the boy. You've got to pardon the boy. But the way it was written, he and John Kerry's son were very heavily involved in raising funds for the Wuhan lab.
Yes.
So I'm sure the Kennedy fellow will discover that, and then there may be charges because, you know, all the COVID issue that came up, all the people that have died as a result of the shot, all the money that has been made by Pfizer, and all the involvement of investments through Pelosi and all the other crowd into Pfizer. There's a whole lot of bad things. And he also represented America through Burisma. And so that itself is a crime. So, but all I want to know, Odie, is who's going to pardon Joe? You know, that's a good question.
Well, hopefully nobody will. Hopefully, all I can say is hopefully nobody will. Because, you know, well, at the end of the day, he's an old timer. Like, you know, there's probably not a lot of life left in him. I wouldn't wish that on anybody, but 82, and he's already showing signs of massive deterioration. But I think you're 100% right. I think the fact that they worded it so that all of Hunter's crimes from 2014 right up until today have been pardoned. I think, yes, Pete, 100% that if something else is going to come out. And we haven't heard the end of this. We definitely haven't heard the end of this.
You're right. I do hope that Donald tears up Nancy Pelosi's retirement check. That would be sweet after how she behaved in the House.
Oh, no, Nancy didn't do anything wrong. I mean, that's inside trading, isn't it? No. No inside trading.
When she tore up the State of the Union behind his back.
Yeah. Well, you know, you can't teach class. You know what I mean? You can't teach, you know, niceness. Anyway, listen, Pete, thank you very much for taking time to call in to me. And you're going to be the first person I'm going to say this to you. Merry Christmas.
And to you, sir. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
So, so there you go. There's something in it. He's protecting the boy from what's about to happen, because I think our caller Pete is right there. There's a lot going to come out in the washing. The laundry is going to pile out, and the Donald is going to find out everything, and it's going to be there. On the stream, Dave said to me, so is he pardoned from everything that was on the laptop, including the drugs and the supposedly young females that he had for company? Are you saying that he had some, you know, ladies of the night? Is that possibly, you know, possibly? I don't know. Yes. Apparently everything that Hunter did from the 1st of January, here is a statement from the White House. Okay, this is a statement from the White House. The pardon applies to offenses against the United States that Hunter Biden has committed or may have committed. Just let that one in for a second. Just let that just soak down deep into the cockles of your heart, okay? Whatever he has committed or may have committed. Is there a lawyer listening out? if you're a lawyer out there and you're listening now, can that hold up in court? I just want to know. My brain is having a little bit of problem processing this. Like I'm not a silly man. You know, I've got brains. I've got pieces of paper with my name on it that say that there's brains there somewhere. But I want to know. And maybe if you want to, you can text in the show 71307. If you're a lawyer or a judge, are you a judge? Is there a judge out there? Probably is. I'd say there's more than one or two judges listening tonight. If you are pardoned from all of the acts that you committed or may have committed. Now I'm emphasizing the may have committed. If there is a judge out there, let me know. Will that hold up in court? So I assume if, you know, there was, I don't want to say anything too bad. Just say there was another gun related crime, okay? Where Hunter possessed even more guns and it hasn't gone to trial yet and hasn't been found out yet. And, you know, or a drug, something to do with drugs, that he was caught with drugs and it hasn't come out yet. And, you know, they're waiting to process it. A huge amount of drugs that caused a lot of lives and people to be killed, and all stem back. This is all hypothetical. I haven't said anything that like this has happened. All hypothetical. If it goes to trial and if it happened between 2014 and today, that it has been pardoned, that it is no longer in effect, is it basically, you know, Hunter, well, you're a naughty boy, but I'm going to let you away with it. Let me know, 71307. If you have any background in law, if you've even, like, anybody with any background in law, the phone line is ringing and I will get to that in a couple of minutes. I tell you what, I'm going to take a break and I will answer that call. You're listening to News Talk 98.9. This is the voice of the Carolinas.
Getting you set for the week ahead with live and local talk. This is Sunday Nights with Odi Fitzgerald.
On News Talk 98.9 WORD, the voice of the Carolinas. Straight talk with Bill Frady.
And this is the thing that really bugs me the most about the Democrats, right? You guys have been rebuked. Nobody likes you. Nobody likes you enough to put you in a position of power. You have no power. You have some temporarily, and it's all going away after that. Everything changes. And you're out there acting like you're still in charge of something. You're not.
Straight Talk with Bill Frady. Now weekdays noon to 3.
News Talk 98.9
WORD.
the voice of the Carolinas.
Now, the Carolinas' most trusted forecast from the News Talk 98.9 WORD Weather Center. Lows around 26. Tonight, under clear skies, north winds 5 to 10 miles per hour. Ample sunshine expected again tomorrow. High temperatures reach up to 48. I'm meteorologist Jennifer Wojcicki from the News Talk 98.9 WORD Weather Center. Currently 43.
Attention terrorists, hold on. Here's Tara's Daily Rant.
There was an environment when we were interviewing witnesses where you were afraid to ask questions.
Thanks, sir. Song is stuck in my head now. I'm going to be humming the theme tune to Godfather for the rest of the night. Driving home. It is, yeah. The first movie was great. Second movie was okay. The third movie, they just made it to make money, and they didn't make money on it. I think they lost a lot of money that they made from the first two on the third one. Some people will say that they like the third one. I personally don't. No, not even slightly. Do you have many Blu-rays? I had a lot of DVDs and Blu-rays when I lived back in Ireland. I had a whole shelf system. I had thousands, and I left them there because they're just. I think they're a dead technology. Then again, people said that about records as well, and now look, they're back again. I know Alonzo and the guys, they love collecting DVDs. I just haven't gotten back into it. I do have a Blu-ray version of Back to the Future because the three of them, because Back to the Future is my favorite show ever, movie ever. And yes, I want to get a DeLorean. Yes, I do. I know they're a POS, but I want to get a DeLorean. Anyway, let's do radio. Now, if you remember earlier on in the show, I was talking about letting people live and let live. You know, if you want to be gay or straight or bisexual or anything you want to be, then go for it. And if you want to have tattoos or anything along those lines, then go for that as well. Well, joining me on the WORD talk line is Galen from Anderson. You wanted to chat about tattoos. What have you got to say, bud?
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm going to sound really bad.
Okay,
And,
no, look, there's no hate here at all. No, unless your name is Biden. Yeah.
Yeah, well, you heard the news tonight that he pardoned his son.
Oh, I did. Yeah, we've been talking about that for the last hour and a half now.
Yes.
It's just a little
Yes,
bit.
I know.
All right, so go on.
And
What's your take on tattoos?
My thing is, no, tattoos on certain people could be fine, but around here, and the most thing, it'd be like me. I'm not an Olympic athlete.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the Olympic athletic body.
Right.
But I see these. You know what? You're from Ireland.
Yes, sir.
Right? You know what cankles are?
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
Why would you put a tattoo of a butterfly or something down there to bring attention to a deficit on your body? It would be like me putting a tattoo on my gut, because it's big or whatever. Mm-hmm. And I just go, what are you doing? It already looks bad, and now you put an art on it.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, Galen, is like everybody, as you said yourself, everybody is different. Everybody has different body. I mean, I am not the leanest man going. I mean, I have a bit of a gut on me. I've got the man boobs kicking in. Like, I could do with losing a few pounds, and I've got my shoulders tattooed, and I've got a tattoo on my chest, and I've got some Irish tattoos on me. I've got quite a few tattoos, and I think it's more of an expression of one's self as opposed to bringing bringing a visual to a certain part of a body. I mean, like, so a lot of people say to me, "Oh, you've got loads of tattoos. Do they mean anything?" And I say, "Yes, they do. Every single one of my tattoos on my body means something different to me." The one I do talk about a lot is I have 3 arrows tattooed on my arm, and it's 3 times when my life has taken a major setback and I've propelled forward, because, as you know, with an arrow, you have to go backwards before you can go forwards. And it's just been 3 times. So it's just something has happened in my life 3 times. 3 different things have happened in my life. And I've gotten tattoos to represent that. So maybe the lady that has the cankles and the butterfly on it, it's a slight possibility that something has happened in her life. And I mean, a butterfly is a symbol of recovery. So, I mean, it's out there. But no, I do take where you're coming from, that should people be drawing your attention to a certain part of their body? And I'm kind of...
Odie, I actually thought I was going to win this debate.
Yeah.
But I'm going back. You win. No, I understand that.
No,
You win.
Galen.
I love your show.
There's
I
no,
love
there's
your
no,
show,
there's
but
no
no, I
winning
thought
or
I was
losing.
going to win this.
I appreciate that. There's no winning or losing. It's just remember, we're all individuals. We're all a little bit crazy. That Odie guy, he's very crazy. But everybody has to have a little bit of fun, and everybody has to do. But Galen, I do appreciate your call. I really do, and I
Hey,
appreciate
keep it
your
up
comments.
and keep your show going, man.
Yeah, man.
I do like it on Sunday nights. Thank you.
Thanks. Merry Christmas, buddy. So yeah, and there it is. Different people have different opinions, and some people do not like tattoos. They just don't like them. Not even one, not even half a little percent. Now where was I? That threw me a little bit. Oh yeah, Hunter. I tell you what, I'm going to leave Hunter where he is for a minute, just for a minute. Now I want you to send me in your guilty pleasures. Okay, so we're going a little bit on the lines of having a little bit of fun. I like to do it here on Sunday nights. Have just a little bit something different. So I want you to text in your guilty pleasures. Now you're saying to me, Odie, what's a guilty pleasure? Well, there's lots of guilty pleasures. Your TV could be your guilty pleasure. Well, you should feel guilty about it, but at the same time, you're like, I don't care. No, I don't. No, I'm not caring. I refuse to care. You could like to fall asleep watching TV. You could binge watch a certain TV show, or you could just be watching TV all day. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. Sundays are for that. A lot of people, you go to church in the mornings, they might have food. They might come home and they might binge watch an entire series of a show. And if you want to do that, you go right ahead and do that because that's what you enjoy. Procrastinating could be a little bit of a guilty pleasure, putting something off. It was like me yesterday. On Thursday, I went over to a very good friend of mine, Robbie. He rang me up and he says, Odie, do you want some wood? I've got wood here. And I was like, yeah, I do. I want some firewood. And he said, yeah, come on over. I've got wood for you. So the Thanksgiving night, headed on over. We loaded up the back of my truck with wood and it needed to be split. Drove back to the house, left it in my truck that night. I have a tarp in the back of the truck, covered it over, left it there. We got it. Friday, I looked at it. I was like, I probably should unload my truck, but I'm not going to. And then Saturday, I'd unloaded my truck and I split all the wood on Saturday. And I felt great about it. And about 3 or 4 hours later, I felt really bad because, well, I'm not fit. As I was just talking to Galen there, not even slightly fit. The gut and the man boobs. Yeah, there you go. But no, that procrastination, that was something I like to put off. And there's another one, self-care. Is that one of your guilty pleasures? And when you want to get your guilty pleasure, self-care is staying in your pajamas all day and maybe taking a little nap, have a little snooze, or prioritizing self-care over socializing. Has there been a time where people have said to you, we should go out. We should go on a date, not a date, but we should go out and we should socialize with people. And, we get a few beers in and drink a couple of, a couple of pints of Guinness or, have a few steaks and you're like, no, I really want to go out, but I have this thing that I need to do. It's something very kind of, that's what I need to do. I need to, stay at home and on the text line 71307, it says, Odie, my guilty pleasure is chocolate almond chip ice cream with hot fudge and hang on a second. Stay there for a second. And we're just going to pop this one up here. And is that the one I want? Yeah, I think that one will do. So we'll just pop this one up here. And let's just pop this up here. My guilty pleasure is chocolate almond ice cream with hot fudge and hot peanut butter, whipped cream, and nuts. Well, I'll tell you one thing, listener, that's not a bad guilty pleasure. That is not a bad guilty pleasure. You want to know my guilty pleasure? Now, this one may, some people may get a little bit distracted, and I'm sorry if you do. But in Ireland, well, this originated in Scotland, but it moved to Ireland like a lot of things do. It is called a battered Mars bar. Okay, a battered Mars bar. The closest thing we have to a Mars bar here in the United States is a Milky Way bar. Okay, so what I want you to imagine is a Milky Way bar that has been dipped into batter. You know, the batter you can get on fish, or you get it if you're battering something like a battered sausage or battered cod, or you know the type of thing. It's a kind of a crispy batter. Well, what you do is you get your Mars bar and you dip it down into the crispy batter. You know, you cover the Mars bar in batter, then you put it into a fryer, a deep fryer. You know, like they do in the restaurants. You know, like in McDonald's or whatever, you have a big fryer. Put the Mars bar down into that, and then the batter starts to crisp up, starts to harden, it starts to create a hard shell on top of this Mars bar. Now, but you have to remember that that oil is very hot. Was it 200 degrees more, 250 degrees? I don't know. So you have to imagine that all of the chocolate and all of the nougat and all of the caramel. Yes, I said caramel because I'm Irish and we say caramel melts into a kind of a gooey mess. And then when you take a bite into the battered Mars bar, it's still warm, still quite warm. All of that chocolate, you know, it just runs down your throat, and you know it's extremely bad for you, extremely bad for you. And it's warm and gooey, and you know it's some of the chocolate oozes out of the side of it. You know, you can just feel your arteries clogging with cholesterol as you're eating the battered Mars bar, or as we would here in America, the battered Milky Way. If anybody has been to Scotland or been to Ireland and you have experienced the absolute joy and pleasure that is a battered Mars bar or a battered Milky Way, get on the line to 71307. Yes, yes, I know. I know the texter is saying, will you stop making food sound sexy? I can't help it. I cannot help it. No, no, no. What? Only my guilty pleasure is purchasing too many shortwave radios. Fair enough. Odie, we have Mars bars here and never fried one though. Texter, you are missing out big time. Fried Mars bars, battered Mars bars. Remember, you got to get that beer batter. It's a beer batter, or it's kind of a batter. What I'll do is I will find out where the recipe is for it, and I will put it onto my Facebook page at some stage. How to make battered Mars bars, and you can thank me later. You know, as I said, maybe it is a reason that I do have the bit of a gut and the man boobs, which now they have started to recede. They have started to get a little bit smaller. I've been doing a lot more walking lately, and I've been doing a lot more exercise. So I'm leaning up, you know, just in time for Christmas. That's what we all have to do. We have to lean up just in time before, you know, we put all the weight back on again. But yeah, guilty pleasures. Do you have them? What are they? Do you feel bad about it? Do you feel a little bit naughty when you engage in a guilty pleasure? Does it just get you a little bit kind of, you know, I really shouldn't be doing this, but I'm going to do it and I'm going to have fun doing it. that's that's what I want to know. Get in contact 71307, or you can call me 800-905-0989. When I come back, I'm going to be talking a little bit more about making food sexy. Yeah. You're listening to News Talk 98.9. WRD is the voice of the sexy foods. I don't get that one, David. Kramer will send you a mansizer for your moves. Don't get that. I'm going to have to look that one up, I think. Cars, caffeine, and food. Yep. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, Dave. Music. Okay. I never really got big into Seinfeld. He wasn't big in Ireland. He wasn't as big as he is over here. I assume, anyway. Well, no, I have. I tell you one thing though. No, I won't. It. No, I will. I'll tell you one thing. It's the episodes I have seen of Seinfeld recently hit home a lot more. It's like, oh, okay. That's what I need to do. There's a new song I need to put into my thing. I need to do that. Yeah, there is a lot more getting it now. It's the same with what's the one I put on in the background? How I Met Your Mother. I put that on in the background. Like I don't watch it. It's just it's on in the background, and I have it there when I want to. If I'm doing stuff around the house, it's there. Um, and just as I'm getting a bit older, it's kind of like, oh, now I know it's a lot of it is BS, but as I'm getting older, I'm getting like, oh yeah, okay. Oh, ring out the Liberty Bell. 42 degrees. What's that in proper money? $2 outside. Gonna be cooler tomorrow with a high of 8 degrees. It's cold. I hate that. I was a sting and I thought my show was coming back on. All right. Let's do radio. Let's do radio in 24 seconds. Now, before the ad break, we were talking about your guilty pleasures, and I think I made food sexy again. I'm sorry. I am. People have said, "Odie, how do you do that?" Well, maybe it's the accent. Maybe it's the Irish accent. Dave was on the stream. He said it used to be alone time for me. I'm a motorcycle. I just don't ride the amount that I would like to. Caffeine, and food. Yeah, Dave, you were chatting there about not riding your motorcycle as much as you used to. I've pretty much stopped riding my motorcycle. Um, the thing is that there was way too many times when I was riding my motorcycle, I had too many close calls. There was way too many times where I was like, oh, squeaky bum time. You kind of, oh, that was nearly, and yeah. So I'm kind of, yeah, I don't really ride my motorcycle anymore. Uh, Probably because of that. But yeah. So anyway, if you are joining us, where have you been? We've been here for an hour and a half. But yeah, we're talking about Hunter Biden tonight, the fact that he has been pardoned from all of his wrongdoings. Yeah. He's pardoned for everything that he's done for the last 10 years. He's gotten his get out of jail free card. Joe Biden, remember Joe, who never lies to us ever, ever, ever lies to us? Well, he has lied to us yet again. He said that he would never intrude upon any of the legal systems here in the United States of America, but yet he has now pardoned his son for all of the crimes that he committed or may have committed over the last 10 years. Let me know your thoughts on that. Common Sense Retirement Planning text line 71307. Now, I'm going to start something new. As you know, there's a few things that I like to promote here in South Carolina and surrounding areas. And, we broadcast into Georgia and into North Carolina, and I've heard you can hear us on a good night down in Florida. So we go everywhere. And of course, don't forget, you can listen to the show and all of the shows here on News Talk 98.9 on the app, the Odyssey app. Go on to your wherever you buy your apps from, just type in Odyssey, get into the app, type in News Talk 98.9 WORD, and you can bring us anywhere you go within the continental United States. You'll be able to listen to all the shows, every single one of the shows, so you can always get there. What is it on the text line? I hate to admit, but oh yes, we'll get back to that now in 1 second. Joe Biden just did what he's always done. Another promise he made is another promise broken. He hasn't been able to keep one of the promises that he made to the American people. No, he hasn't. Not even slightly. He hasn't been able to do it. But that's just what Joe Biden does. He doesn't keep any of his promises. Now, as I said, I'm trying to promote a lot of good stuff here in the upstate. And as you know, I like to talk and I like to play music. I like to talk about musicians and I like to play music. So I'm giving you the chance to get your music heard on the radio. Yes. And what I will do on a Sunday night, towards the latter end of the show, I'm going to promote people and I'm going to promote their music. So if you're a singer out there, a singer-songwriter, if you're in a band, if you play music, if it's just a bunch of friends who get together, guys and girls, and they record music and you want to get it out there, you can get it in here to me in the show and I will play it for you. Now, time restrictions kick in and I won't be able to play the full track. But if there's a certain amount of a track that you want me to play, then I will play it for you. All right. And it's just to promote you. It'll promote you. It'll promote music here in the upstate and the surrounding areas. And as a person that used to be in radio, well, still working radio, but used to be in a band, we had a band once. I'm not going to say the name of it because the band split up for artistic reasoning. We had one of our songs played on radio once, and then the band split up not long after it. But if you have a song, if you have something that you recorded, now it has to be a pretty good recording, okay? Because it's going out on air. So if you have a good recording, and I know there's a lot of people out there who have a lot of ways of recording a lot of music, a lot of tracks. If you have a recording for it, send it in to me. If it has any bad words in it, I'm not going to play it. If it has any cuss words in it at all, or any slangs or anything like that, I'm not going to play it. So it has to be clean. It has to be radio safe. And I'm going to kick off tonight with a very good friend of mine, Paulie Martin. And I'm going to play a little bit of his song, Dead Hand. Let me know, 71307. Let me know if you like it. Let me know what you think about it. As I said, I'm not going to play it all, just going to play a little bit of it. Here is Paulie Martin with Ricotta and Dead Hand. So as I was saying, if you want, that's Paulie Martin and Dead Hand. And if you want to get your music played here, get in touch with me. You go onto my Facebook page, which is Odi Fitzgerald, and you can send it on to me there. You can have it on there, and I can send you on an email address if you need it. But yeah, if you want to get your music played here on the show on Sunday nights, as I said, I'm not going to play the whole thing. Play a bit of it. It gets your songs out there, gets your music heard. Send it in to me. You're listening to News Talk 98.9 WORD, and this is the voice of the Carolinas. Sorry, on the stream, I couldn't play that. I know. It is. Yeah, sorry, on the stream, I couldn't play that music, and I can't because the Facebooks will remove me from the planet. Where'd you hear it? No, I didn't watch the F1 today. I haven't watched F1 in so long, David. Um, where was it today? I hate to say it, but I actually don't know where it was today. I'll take a look at it. I'll watch the replay. Oh, that explains it in Qatar. Yeah, no, Qatar. That's yeah. I think anything that happens out there is kind of the World Cup was out there, and it was just a yeah. All right, let's do radio. Hey, everybody, welcome back to the last segment here on Sunday Nights with me, Odi Fitzgerald. On the text line, I was talking about guilty pleasures earlier on. And Texter says to me, Odi, I hate to admit it, but firing up the latest and coolest radios, so obviously someone that does shortwave radio, is very similar to your description of a fried Mars bar. Keep in mind, relatively inexpensive digital radios match or exceed super fancy brand names, old school analog radios. I used to like doing that. I used to like doing the whole surfing the radio channels when I was a kid. Completely off topic. Odie, is corned beef really Irish? No, not even slightly. Not even slightly. Corned beef started when Irish immigrants came to New York. And when they were over here, they wanted to eat food for certain occasions and they couldn't get turkey because it was too expensive and goose was too expensive. And corned beef was the cheapest alternative. It's pork. Corned beef isn't actually corn, it's kind of bacon. But yeah, corned beef. Well, there is some places have corned beef, but yes. So no, if you go, Texter, if you ever go to Ireland and you say, "Can I get some corned beef and cabbage?" They're just going to look at you and say, "No, we do. We know we're not going to give that to you." So no, it's not even slightly Irish. It was just something that Irish people couldn't afford anything else, so we had to deal with it. Now, as you know, over the last couple of years, there has been an ongoing trend of cyberbullying. Okay, so in Australia, according to recent legislation in Australia, children under the age of 16 years old are now banned from using all social media platforms. I want to know how you feel about this. Common Sense Retirement Planning, text line 71307. Australia have banned absolutely everybody under the age of 16 years from using all social media, which is Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, X, which I will always call Twitter, TikTok, everything. Every single social media site has now been banned from people under the age of 16. Now, why are you asking that? Because, well, there has been a lot of bullying, cyberbullying, that has taken place in Australia. And unfortunately, now I know it's not just Australia, it happens everywhere. It happens absolutely everywhere. There is cyberbullying going on. There is cyberbullying happening in the town that you are listening to this radio show. I can guarantee it. And one reason I can guarantee that is because sometimes, not always, but sometimes we get messages in here, text messages come in, and not very pleasant. Sometimes on the stream, we get messages and they're not very pleasant. It is a form of bullying. It is 100% a form of bullying. They're trying to stop kids from under 16 from being open to that kind of bullying, cyberbullying. And I think it's a good thing. Now, the Australian government have also said that tech companies will be held responsible for ensuring compliance and could face large fines if they fail to do so. So that means that you have to prove that you are over a certain age before you're allowed to join any of these sites. Or if you're on the sites, you have to prove that you're over 16 before you're allowed to do it, allowed to stay on the site. Do you think that's a good idea? Do you think we should implement that here in America? Do you think that under 16s should not be allowed on social media? I personally think that it should not be allowed on social media because when you're looking on social media, I look at social media. I do. I'm on Facebook. I communicate with people on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I put photographs up on Instagram. You know, if something fun happens, I will put it up on Instagram. But if you're looking through Instagram, there is a lot of content that is way, way, way too old for kids. There is a lot of sexual content on it. Now, granted, there is they try their best to refrain from nudity on these sites, but there's a lot of content where it's insinuating, you know, there's a lot of content insinuating that something is going to happen. Oh, 100%. You can do it now. If you have, are you a parent? And do you have control of your child's phone? Because remember, we are all walking around with smartphones in our pocket. We are pretty much walking around with the internet in our pocket. And yes, the phones listen to us 100%. Don't even kid yourself that phones are not listening to you, because they are. We've talked about it on the shows many times. Charlie's talked about it. Bill has talked about it. We've talked about it on the Upstate Pulse. Your phone is listening to you. But the fact that you are one click away from a pornographic website, because you are, I mean, that's how easily accessible it is. Do you monitor your kid's phone? Do you take your phone, or do you take your kid's phone, go through the search history, have a little look through it? There's a lot of apps that you can put on the phone that means that you are monitoring what your kids are looking at, because at the end of the day, the world is moving very fast and anybody can be exposed to absolutely anything. Yes, there are some very good child-friendly phones out there. I think Firefly is one of the companies where you can literally call your kid. Only your phone number will go to your kid. So if you've got a kid and they want to get picked up from soccer practice or from football practice, there's only about 4 or 5 numbers that they can call. They can call 911 on the phone. They can call your phone number, your husband or wife's phone number, grandparents. They're the only numbers, or a very good family friend that could pick the kids up. The only numbers that can call those phones are the same again. It's grandparents, mother, father, uncle, whoever needs to be able to talk to that kid. And that's a good thing. But now, as I said, Australia, after bringing it up one notch, and they're making it that it is illegal, 100% illegal, for kids under 16 to be on Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, X, Twitter. So it's always going to be Twitter. Sorry, Elon. Elon, I like what you do, buddy, but X, no. And but it's going to cut down. Hopefully, it's going to cut down as well on, as I say, cyberbullying. Now, the numbers are always changing for cyberbullying, but they reckon that there is at least 500 or 600 underage kids, 16, 15, 14, 13, as young as 7, who are taking their own lives because they're being bullied on cyber, on the internet, on the websites, on the social media websites. There's laws already in place in certain countries that if somebody has an explicit photograph of somebody else, that if they even talk about sending it, if a girl sends a guy a photograph of herself, now first of all, don't do that. Don't send intimate photographs of yourself to anybody. Don't do it. To nobody. If you send an intimate photograph of yourself to anybody, you have absolutely no control as to what is going to happen with that photograph. If you're underage, okay, and I'm just any young guys especially, because I know what you're like. If a girl under the age of 18 sends you a photograph, now, first of all, she shouldn't be doing it. Okay. Second of all, don't ask her for it. Do not ask for intimate images. But if you send a photograph of somebody underage, you are now sending child pornography. Think about that for 1 second. If you send an explicit photograph of somebody under the age of 18, you are now distributing child pornography and you will go to jail for a long, long, long time. So don't do it. And again, I'll harken back to asking the parents out there: do you monitor your kids' phones? Do you think that your kids? Is it a case of when I was younger, my parents didn't, anything that I was doing with computers? Oh, I wouldn't know anything about that computer stuff. But maybe it isn't a bad thing. Have a chat with your kids, sit down with them, and say, look, well, I mean, chances are you're paying for the phone anyway. And just say, well, look, I'm not going to be angry. I just want to see what you're looking at on the phone. I want to have a little conversation with you. And once a week, you can come to me. We'll take a look through your phone together and you can explain whatever's on your phone. It may be something to look at. It may be something that the American government could look into as well to restrict under 18s from or under 16s even from using Facebook and Instagram and Snapchat. There's a lot of people out there pretending to be older than they should be. Now, as I always do on every single show, I like to highlight the fact that mental health issues here in America are a little bit lax. There is help out there for everybody. And if you've been affected by anything that I've talked about on the show tonight, please send me a message to 71307, or you can contact me on my own Facebook page, which is Odi Fitzgerald. You can get me on there. Now, as I said, Christmas time is a hard time for people. Christmas is coming up. There is help out there. If you feel that you are struggling, if you feel that life is getting a little bit hard for you, a little bit tough, there is help out there. There is always help out there. There is, of course, the Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, which is 988. You can call and text that number at any time, 988. It's always there. It's always available for you to call. You can call them up or you can text them. So I will be back next Saturday night with Lonzo and the guys for the Upstate Pulse. Joey will be here at 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. Tara is coming up after him. Mike Gallagher, Bill Frady, and then we wrap up with Charlie James. Thank you very much to everybody that has gotten in contact with me tonight. Remember, I do this show for you. You are the reason that I do it. Everybody that was on the stream, thank you for all your comments and all your text messages and phone calls. I will talk to you next Saturday night. And between now and then, have an absolutely fantastic and safe week. Enjoy work tomorrow. Yeah, we all have to go back. Slán while you. Bye. All right, streamers, thank you very much. What we got before I go? I'm fortunate that my kids missed out on the cell phones in the early years. Okay, fair enough. They still use dumb phones. There are still dumb phones out there. Thank you very much. Thank you all very much. All right, guys, I'll see you on. Do send me on some stuff tomorrow. Right. Talk to you Saturday night, and have a good week, guys. See you later. Bye.